a singer, songwriter, record producer, actress, political activist, breast cancer survivor, and mother of two. Today she's going to talk about everything from parenting to her career.
That's right. Cheryl's also going to tell us how we can help make other people's lives better through a cause that's near and dear to her heart. Welcome to the show, Sheryl.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I don't think we've ever had anyone with that long of an introduction.
I was like, wow, that was 9 lives.
To say,
yes,
right?
that's a good thing. You've done quite a bit.
And I can twirl a baton.
Backwards. So let's get to, we have a bunch of stuff that we just want to ask you, like things that people may or may not have known about Sheryl Crow. So I read that, you grew up in the Midwest, correct? And then you were a music teacher, is that right?
Yeah, I went to the University of Missouri and got my degree in classical piano and then moved to St. Louis and became an elementary school teacher. Yeah.
So what made you decide to move to LA then to pursue the music career?
You know what, I was young and I was unattached. I had just been engaged and that fell apart, and I did a couple of commercials and one of them went network for McDonald's, and I made more in that commercial. Good time for the great taste at McDonald's. And then I had in 2 years of teaching. I thought, well, I'm going to go to LA, take my cassette around and see if I can get some work. And I wound up landing the Michael Jackson tour. So
yeah, that's not bad.
And you sang backup with Michael Jackson for a long time. What was your? How closely do you work with Michael Jackson when you're on tour singing backup? Is that a sort of you guys hanging out, or is it just?
Well, I've worked with several people as a backup singer. Right. And it kind of varies. He was pretty reclusive, but brilliant nonetheless. So.
Oh, that's great.
Your first album that you recorded was not Tuesday Night Music Club. You actually had a debut album that recorded that got shelved, that never got released.
It was a debut album that never debuted.
That never debuted. Do you look back now as a professional with so many Grammys and so much experience and think, if that had been marketed better, or if that had been recorded better, or is there any part of it any regret?
No, because I actually took that record in to my label and said, please don't put this out. If you put it out,
really,
I'll never be heard from again. It was very generic, and it wasn't at all, who I was kind of signing up to be. And they were gracious enough to not put it out. So.
Man.
Wow.
And you've worked with so many big names. You just mentioned Michael Jackson. You have Celine Dion, Rolling Stones, Eric Clapton. Is there, if you could narrow it down to the one favorite that you have that you've worked with, if you could.
So hard,
Okay, maybe one or two.
Well, I've had the great fortune of working and also being great friends with Stevie Nicks. I mean, she's a huge inspiration for me, especially having grown up wanting to be her, And I've loved working with Willie Nelson through the years. Love the Rolling Stones so much. Have loved singing with Emmylou Harris and Vince Gill, and I mean, I've just been so
you narrowed it down to 7.
Lucky. Yeah. I know, and that's not it. I'm like, and I've Bob Dylan. I mean, I've gotten to share the stage with him and sing with him, and so.
So spending so much time around such great artists, you covered First Cut is the Deepest, great song, Sweet Child of Mine. Is there a song that you would love to cover that you haven't yet? I've heard a live version of Hallelujah.
So many amazing songs out there. I mean, The Bottle Let Me Down, Merle Haggard. You ain't woman enough to take my man. I mean, there's so many great songs out there.
I'd like to hear you do Jolene.
Jolene. Oh, you know what? I would not touch it if you offered me. If you offered me $1 million, I would touch it. But I'm just saying. I mean, how do you beat that? But I will always love you. When Whitney did it, who would have thought? So if you take a great song and you do your version of it, you never know.
You can make
it.
You can make it.
It was in 2006 that you were diagnosed with breast cancer. Right?
Yes.
And a lot of people know about your story and how you dealt with it, but how has that diagnosis, that day that you found out about it, how has it changed you as a person? Are there certain things that you could do completely different now?
Well, I kind of look at it as BC and AC, before cancer and after cancer, because I think there's a moment in everyone's life where you are kind of, your life demands that you readdress who you started out as when you came into this world and how far you've gotten away from that. And for me, it was a real showstopper to be diagnosed with something that I knew I was going to beat because it was so early detected, but it really required that I look at my life and sort of readdress some things and refine some things, and it has informed everything about my life since. So.
Wow. Great. I'm glad to see that you're doing well too. And now
I'm great.
You adopted 2 children.
I have
two boys.
Beautiful boys. Yes.
3 and 6. You got a handful there.
Let me tell you what. It is like testosterone central in my house.
Non-stop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. Nice little balance. The 2 boys, and then they got the mom, the other girl.
Strong, tough mom.
And you said that they loved the shoes this morning.
They're like, oh, those look like Fruit Pops.
Oh.
You always get good fashion advice from a 6-year-old boy. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Sheryl's album that she's working on, what makes her life better, and of course, her very important nutrition message. We'll be right back.
I have an album coming out September 10th. I have a new song on the radio at Country, and it's called Easy, and it's kind of my staycation song, if you will.
Staycation
about staying home and drinking beer.
We are back with Sheryl Crow talking about her career, parenthood, and also her nutrition mission and her music. You've got new music coming out, right?
I do. Okay. Yeah, I have an album coming out September 10th. I have a new song on the radio at Country, and it's called Easy, and it's kind of my staycation song, if you will.
Staycation
about staying home and drinking beer in your backyard and saving money.
Yeah,
taking it easy.
So yeah,
taking it easy.
Exactly.
And everyone wants to know what's so different about this one versus the other music that you put out in the past. It's the vibe
it's
that we're
not
getting.
really that much different. You know, I think the format of country music has really changed in the last 10 years. It's gone from very traditional to traditional as well as country pop and southern rock. And so I think for quite a few years now, we probably fit in better at that format than anywhere else. But the songs are very kind of straightforward stories, which are not different than what I've done in the past, and you know, probably more succinctly produced as a country record.
Okay. I find that there's a lot of storytelling involved with country music, and that's really your style as well, that you don't necessarily get in top 40 pop.
Yeah, and also, you know, just the conventional craftsmanship that goes into songwriting, I think exists more at country than it does probably at other formats now.
Definitely. That's what people want to hear. That's what people want to hear. Nutrition mission, can you talk about this?
Yes, I am so proud to be a part of this mission again, which is One-A-Day Women's Vitamins is pairing up with Feeding America. And I've worked with this campaign for quite some time. And it's amazing what they do. If you buy a bottle of One-A-Day Women's Vitamins, then they will contribute 2 meals to Feeding America, up to 2 million meals. And when I first read the statistic of 50 million people suffering from I keep saying job insecurity, food insecurity in this country, it's really astounding because we live in what feels like such a you know
such a wealthy
country, and living amongst us quietly are people who are secretly suffering from food insecurity.
So much food gets wasted. I have this terrible anxiety every night when I clear the table for my kids, and I'm scraping food in the trash can with the knowledge that there are people in America going hungry every day.
And there's a great lesson in that. You know, I'm always encouraging people to go to their food bank, to Second Harvest. Well, we have Second Harvest in Nashville, and I've taken my kids down there, and it makes a really big impact. And we're asking people to share their stories, their volunteering at food bank stories at nutritionmission.com, and they can win a $25,000 grant for their food bank, their local food bank. And one person gets to fly to New York and meet me, whatever that means, whether they like it or not. But it's a great campaign, and I think there's a great message that goes along with it as well.
I would expect that, I know for Audra and I, that having kids was very life-changing, that having kids of your own and raising 2 young ones makes you want to be more involved in things that make people's lives better, changing perspective.
I mean, definitely. And I was telling friends this morning, my kids' school, you have to go once a semester on Saturday. It's called Saturday School, and all the parents go and they sit through a morning of classwork, just like their kids do. And by 9:30 in the morning, I was like, "Where's the snack?" I mean, I was like, not able to concentrate. You know, he's pre-K, and I'm like, "Oh, I can't do this." And I'm just thinking about all those people that walk in, all those kids who haven't had a good breakfast.
And I've been doing a lot of research on this too. A lot of kids are getting misdiagnosed with having ADHD or other issues.
Learning disabilities.
They're just hungry. They cannot focus in that classroom without having any food.
That's true.
Starts with a bottle of vitamins.
Bottle of vitamins. And you can go to nutritionmission.com and find out.
To get more information.
Before we run out of time, congratulations, Emmy nomination.
Yes. I know.
Just happened, huh? And this is for the theme song.
For Katie, yes. And I just love Katie Couric so much, so it's really fun. And she's up for a bunch of Emmys as well. So.
Right. I know she personally really wanted you to do that song, right?
She did, and we had a lot of fun working on it, because it's hard to write a song that has lyrics that are very, very pointed about being a strong woman and about being there for each other. And
I know we're another show, but my daughter constantly is singing this song over and over and over again. Are you ready for this day? She knows it verbatim. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Make sure you check out the single. It's called Easy. You can get it on iTunes. Download it, listen to it. It's great. And we've linked you to more information on Nutrition Mission on our website, bettertv.com.
Yeah, great cause. Thank you so much.